I've done this for 22 years, and I have 10 years with my company, right? But I see the struggle that is in the community and in the real estate industry, and it makes me feel like worried for everybody about where they're headed and how they're going to survive.
To be a good leader, it's just not you talking to your people. You have to talk to their friends, their family, and get to know them too, and see how they're influencing them.
The moment the leader has anxiety, the moment the rest of the company has anxiety. The certainty of the leader is what goes through the certainty of the entire place. And when times are uncertain, you have to be the most certain.
Free. I can just tell you guys, all the businesses that I have, I'm not really passionate about any of them. I'm serious. That's how you make money, dude. You solve people's problems and you go out and do it, and it's something you don't necessarily want to do. People will tell you, find something you love. AI is not going to come over and fix your toilet. These plumbers and these HVAC guys and these home services, they're going to get more and more valuable. I had a car salesman ask me, what should I do? I'm sick of selling cars. He was only making like 10 grand a month. I said, dude, I'd do roofing. He quit his job. First year did 23 million. And it's growing. Now he's like freaking walking around. Now he's like, how do I speak on stages? What?
I own a real estate company in Tampa, Florida, and I have agents. My name's Anna. I also have investments, so financially stable. I have financial literacy down packed. I'm really good. We provide services to the Latino community because our office is completely bilingual. All of our agents speak Spanish and English. I get anxious listening to you guys because this is all great, but the economy is changing and it's affecting a lot of things. So how do you guys tone down that anxiety, right? It makes me nervous, not for me, but for my...
What are you nervous about? What are you feeling right now? Just tell me.
It's okay. I've done this for 22 years, and I have 10 years with my company, right? I'm stable financially because I've invested and I don't really need to work to maintain myself. But I see the struggle that is in the community and in the real estate industry, and it makes me feel worried for everybody about where they're headed and how they're going to survive with all the changes. And I don't know why I'm crying.
That's beautiful.
You're crying because you care.
Yeah, you care.
And you're a great leader.
So you're worried because of the people that
work for me or work around me or the people that I want to impact. I obviously, it's not just for my employees. I wanted to make a huge impact in my community and provide affordable housing and, grow this. So the way that I did it was from becoming an agent and becoming a broker and then passing that on and not making my client be my client, but my agents be my clients. But I see so many agents, not in my office because nobody's leaving, nobody's quitting, they're producing. But I do see so many agents getting out of the business. So I say, how is that going to help me continue to grow and make an impact and achieve my goals if I feel like they're in such a turmoil with how the economy is doing and how our industry has changed, honestly, because of commissions, because of the taxes.
You guys notice the difference, by the way, when she talks about herself, it's exciting, right? She's passionate. But the moment she thinks about people outside of her control, there's the worry.
Yes.
Right? And that's good. If she's a leader, she should care about her people. But my question for you, we got to uncover this, because if you keep living in anxiety and worry, you are going to burn yourself out. You're actually going to probably implode the people, and you're going to cause the thing you're worrying about that probably isn't a reality to become a reality. Because you will make that happen because you're always worried about them. So my question for you is, why are you not worried personally yourself? Why do you feel, when you were just talking about all those things, going to Pace Morby's thing, Montana, all that, why are you able to say that with such confidence?
Experience, the knowledge, and the drive, and the commitment to staying in this industry no matter what. I'm going to die in it. So I have a passion for it. Sometimes I feel like people miss that passion, or they don't see, or they don't have long vision. They have short-term vision, and it concerns me. How do I bring that out of them?
Yeah, that's beautiful. So you said you have the knowledge, the commitment, the passion, and the vision. That's what keeps you confident, correct?
Yes.
Because you're in the same industry as the people that are working for you, correct?
Yes.
So you just gave yourself the blueprint. You have to realize this. The reason why you're a confident leader, you're leading with influence, is because you are continually equipping yourself with the knowledge, the commitment, the passion, and the vision.
Okay.
Why not double down on that for your people? And if you were honest with yourself, and you could say you're probably giving that to them. But if I were to ask your people, would they say they have almost the same level or are being provided that ability of getting the continual knowledge, of being the most up-to-date in the economy, the most amount of commitment? Are you guys committed where you're showing up to daily or weekly calls, keeping the passion? Do they know what the vision is? Are they just thinking of the commission, or do they know long-term? Where would you say that is? Scale of 1 to 10. 1 being absolutely terrible, 10 being like, this is unstoppable, incredible.
Well, I judge myself really hard, so I don't ever think like I'm 10.
Well, then let's take this, and I want to hear your partner.
I think she's doing great.
You think she's doing great? That's
Yes.
because you're here at an event with her where the other people are at home.
You're in growth mode, like your mindset is.
What made you come to this event with her?
Well, for me personally, it was very important because I myself, I didn't believe in events. I'm like, oh, I don't need nobody to tell me I'm great. I can do it, whatever. So she really wanted, I need to change your mind or you won't grow. You need to go with me. And it did change my mind, forever, the experience that I just had.
That's beautiful. And I'm proud you're
Yes.
here. Are you worried about her?
I get worried about everybody, but they're really good about
Okay.
falling in line.
So it's
But
not so
yes.
much a team issue, it's just more of a you thing.
Maybe. I think that there is inconsistency in who shows up to the meetings, and because I
Okay.
see that, then it gets me a little bit concerned. Kind of like, I should think of what Ami said, whomever's in the room is because they care about their future, and I shouldn't be concerned
right.
about the ones that didn't show
So
up
if
to
you
the
can't
room.
get them to the room, then you got to bring the room to them.
Okay.
And that's what I hope you guys are realizing when this is powerful. If you guys are staying with this on here, because we all have our own things. We might be extra angry inside. She has a lot of worry for our people. We might be resentful of our team. We all live in our own emotional homes. For right now, she has worry. That's okay. But we got to change that, because worry, anxiety is not a good thing. Anxiety is planning for the future that you don't want. You're thinking of everything you don't want, so you're always living in the future of what you don't want. The opposite is anticipation.
Yeah.
Anticipation is you're excited for the future you do want. It's a small little shift. So what's happening is when she talked about, oh, I'm not really worried about her, it's because she's getting knowledge, she's getting commitment, she's getting passion, and she knows the vision. Your business partner, Amy, is that correct? So what you have to do, and I'm going to finish this up because we could go on and on, but it's a reality check for you. If you want to keep living in worry and anxiety, then don't change a single thing.
Okay. No.
And don't keep standing. But you did stand, and you did raise your hand, and you did ask this question, so I can only imagine that you do want to change.
Obviously, yes.
What I challenge you is the same thing you're doing with Amy, the same feel that you have with her, because she's right here. She's in an environment of growth. Bring that to your people. If you can't bring them all to an event like this, that's fine. I don't blame you. Bring that to the people. You don't need to hire a bunch of people to come in. You're a knowledgeable woman. Find ways to do that. Do you have a secondary business partner to come in and train them? Make them feel equipped so they have the same confidence as you, and you can now say, either way, I am not going to worry about them anymore because I'm giving them the best thing, and even if they don't fall through, I did my best. And you got to keep moving forward, because the moment the leader has anxiety, the moment the rest of the company has anxiety. The certainty of the leader is what goes through the certainty of the entire place. And when times are uncertain, you have to be the most certain. And that's a decision that you have to make today. Are you willing to do that?
I'm good.
It's beautiful.
It takes that short
And
of a
just
time.
one thing that'll help, because I know as a leader, if you go to all your agents and you make them make a reality board, a vision board of what they want, you probably do this,
I
right?
do all
I
of
know.
this stuff.
Okay.
I
but-
do. I opened up with you guys because it's just something that keeps me up at night, not
So you
something
can
that I
take this
show.
book.
And because I don't feel like I'm growing at the rate that I want to be growing.
Just remember this, okay? All these different ideas that you just asked, well, how do I get this? How do I get that? It starts with you. If you don't change, I don't care how many systems or strategies you learn from this, it won't matter. If you remember my story I just shared, that where I was struggling internally with my own identity, I could have been given the best opportunity, the best strategies to follow, the KPIs. I would have still been struggling. I needed to fix myself. I needed to have a revelation, and then everything else followed. So you can continue to find and avoid that situation you described, which is how do I deal, your original question was, how do I deal with anxiety? Get a solution on that. I think you might have that, but you heal that, you solve that, everything else will be fixed. Everything else will flow right now, because that's the kink in the system right now. And remember the difference between anticipation versus anxiety. Because if you're bringing anxiety, your people will have that. And I think you're a leader with influence, and you actually have certainty to be able to do that. So,
Life happens in 90 days. To make any habit into a habit, it takes 90 days. So check up on them, always. Not only on them, but make sure you're checking up on their family too, because their family influences them as well.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So to be a good leader, it's just not you talking to your people. You have to talk to their friends, their family, and get to know them too, and see how they're influencing them. Right? So I tell Amaranth this all the time. There's some of his friends, I pointed them out. I'm not going to say any names. Don't hang out with this, don't hang out with this, because they're doing this. Well, he didn't listen to me. And I kept telling him. Along the way, a couple months later, he's like, bro, you're right. What I'm trying to say is, like, if you want them to grow, you have to force them to grow. They have to see that you want to grow. Other than that, when it comes to real estate, you have to make a shift, because the market is shifting. So it's probably not you going out there selling the dream home. Maybe it's shifting your business into finding investors to buy single-family homes, cash deals or something like that, and then putting them on rent, because we're getting into a renter's market. Huge. They're pushing that.
Yeah, we do that.
Bradley, you always mention about selling the solution, not the product. I would like to scale my business and take it to the next level by developing an online product. Now, I'm focusing on the solution, but this is a product that doesn't exist in the market yet. Is there a way to find out that this is actually gonna work before developing and doing all the work and putting it out there?
Well, you can go pre-sell it
How do you do that?
by just pre-selling it. You know, what's the idea?
So essentially, helping international students to be successful in a foreign country where they don't know anybody. They have to start from zero, basically.
I would have told the guy who invented Crocs not to do it. So don't take my advice. But I would say, you know, pick something else. You know, there's not that many of them. And you said scale, like, you know, if you want it to get big, there has to be a problem. You said there's no problem yet. Well, there has to be a problem. You have to solve a problem. And it's like, if I'm going to be a student in a foreign country, what makes you, how would I even know that you exist?
Well, I've been in the industry now for 2 years, so I already have a book of clients that I work with.
So sell them the product. Pre-sell it.
So I start with my existing clients, right?
Yeah, like when I started my software company, I went to a convention and sold it without it even being created. So I pre-sold it. You know, I pretended it was ready. It wasn't a scammer. I took deposits, and I took those deposits and paid the people to make it. So I was pre-selling it. But you can pre-sell the product to see if there's a demand for it. If there's no demand for it, again, I wouldn't worry about it. There's so many ways to make money in the world. Everybody thinks you have to have a passion for it and all this shit. You don't. Okay? You need to solve someone's problem. And the bigger the problem, the more you can charge for it. And the more volume of the problem, the more you can make. So like, I don't like picking up dog shit, but I like dogs. So I have a problem. Right?
Right.
So the dude knocks on my door and he says, hey, I got no problem picking up that dog shit, but I got a problem with money. I'm like, hey, we can do something here. So I give him money and he picks up crap. And again, to me, problem solved. That's all you have to do in business. It's that simple. But to answer your question without joking, I would just pre-sell it. You know, you can see if there's a demand for it if you just put it out there for sale. You might have to discount it. You might have to, you know, package it in a certain way. But see if it sells.
Okay.
Is the process hard for them to get into those? Like, are we selling the process into the university? Or are we selling once I'm there, I'm thriving? Which one are you selling?
So I do the whole service, like from the visa process that they need to go through, all the way to get to the right program to study. It's traditional education, right? Just university, bachelor, MBAs. I know you, Bradley, are no fan of the traditional models, but I'm really passionate about, because that really is what transformed my life, and I want other people to transform people's life through this path. It's the ultimate way of getting out of your comfort zone. Go to somewhere where you don't know anybody.
Can I chime in? Yeah. My daughter does want to do this. She does want to study abroad. The problem is the visas. So I think for parents that don't know, haven't traveled, haven't looked for a student visa or things like that, the companies that do it, because we have foreign exchange students come over and stay with us, the thing is the visas and having really good customer service, because they're shit. They drop off people at somebody's house and then they don't call them the whole entire time. They send somebody to be like your representative. So there is a problem in that industry. You really need to like research it and like narrow down. And once you solve that problem, it's really easy because the marketing is what they're good at. So I mean, you're surrounded by people that can help you with that part.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you, guys.
That help?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
I have a question because I have a coaching program and I've tried coaching business owners and I've come up with a lot of frustrations because I tried to teach strategy and marketing and sales and all these things. But what I found to be the problem was their mindset wasn't right. And so none of those strategies worked unless they worked on their mindset. So now I'm focusing primarily on helping business owners with their mindset so they can get out of their way. My problem is a lot of the times it gets worse before it gets better because now they're facing all these things they haven't faced for so long, they've been hiding from. Like you said, it takes 90 days to build a habit. That's why my program's 90 days, and I have a lot of people that'll get started, they'll get a month in or even 2 months in and they'll quit, they'll fall off, they won't finish, right? Because they're not seeing the results. It's like going to the gym for a long time.
You got to keep them accountable. It doesn't seem like you're keeping them accountable.
Yeah.
And Nick's going to chime in on that.
Raise the price.
Raise the price, and then am I getting a quick win inside of 30 days?
Yeah.
Like that's the quickest way to keep them is to get them winning 7 days in, 14 days in, 30 days in. Yeah. Now, hey, I have a result, I can go get a testimonial, and everybody needs to come do this thing. So I understand, especially in the brain game, it might get worse first, but I have to figure out what are the 1 or 2 problems I can solve for you right now to where, oh shit, you're the guy and you're the one we're coming to for this specific problem every single time.
What do you charge?
So right now I charge $2,500 for 3 months for the program.
Yeah, that's the problem.
What's
Number
7,500?
one, values perception. Like, what could you possibly do for me for $2,500 for 3 months?
Yeah.
Triple your price tomorrow and see who buys it.
At least triple it. Like, I'd say 25 grand.
Really?
And by the way, a lot of people think, well, then I won't sell as many. You don't need to, right? You will sell less, and they will be more bought in because of the price tag.
How do I find people that can afford that?
If you put it out there in the market, like Brad says, and he said this in the podcast one time too, if you don't ask for the sale, you can't sell it, right? So if you put the price tag out there, somebody's going to pay you for it, no matter what.
Yeah, usually coaches, guys, the best way to be a coach, if you're going to be one, is to first do something yourself, right? You have to do it yourself. A lot of people want to be a coach. They ain't done shit. Like, well, I can coach you what I did. Well, what'd you do first? You got to do something. Then you have to reach back and help the people you used to be. See what I'm saying? So your target market is going to be the people you used to be. And they're going to see you as where they want to be. So if you're saying, well, I've done it for myself, and then what? So like somebody has to want that for themselves. So if like I'm depressed and I'm always anxious and I'm worried about what everybody thinks of me, and I see you as some big confident stud, and I'm like, man, I wish I could be like that. You could coach me because you've done it. But I don't know what you're trying to sell. All I can tell you from what you told me is, number one, raise your price. Because 9 times out of 10 when people quit, it's because they don't have enough invested. Then you say, well, how are they going to come up with that money? Well, then, dude, pick something else. Why do you feel like you have to do that?
I feel passionate about doing this because I know the impact that it can have on people.
Then do it for free.
Yeah, that's how
If you're passionate, do shit for free. If you're really passionate about it,
well,
you do it for free. Like I'm passionate about playing Call of Duty. I don't charge shit for that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're really that passionate about it, like you would do it for free. I can just tell you guys, all the businesses that I have, I'm not really passionate about any of them. I'm serious. That's how you make money, dude. You solve people's problems and you go out and do it, and it's something you don't necessarily want to do. People will tell you, find something you love. Well, dude, you're lucky if you can find something you love. and that you're really passionate at. But if you want to make money, dude, you got to solve problems. And if the person you're solving problems for is somebody that like doesn't have 25 grand or even 2,500, well then, dude, I would just pick something else. It doesn't have to be that. And then you're like, well, I'm passionate about it. Well, then make money doing something else and then go do that for free.
Right. That's what I've actually thought of. That's why I started a moving business, and I'm making
Roofing business?
moving.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm
moving, roofing, HVAC,
Yeah,
you
I'm
know,
doing all
electrical,
that
plumbers.
to make money.
Again, dude, listen, AI is not going to come over and fix your toilet.
Mm-hmm.
So these plumbers and these HVAC guys and these home services, they're going to get more and more valuable.
Yeah.
So if I were you, I would like, you know, look at a roofing company and you can make millions. I had a car salesman ask me, what should I do? I'm sick of selling cars. He was only making like 10 grand a month. I said, dude, I'd do roofing. He quit his job. First year did 23 million. And it's growing. Now he's like freaking walking around. Now he's like, how do I speak on stages? I said, bro, chill, dude. Do it for a couple years. But yeah, dude, just like get passionate about helping people do it for free, and eventually like your reputation will precede you, and then eventually you'll be able to charge for it.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's heard of Tony Robbins. Like, dude, he's been doing this 100 years. There's people that nobody knew who he was when he did this over and over, and he wasn't getting paid. But now he gets paid, and he gets paid in a big way. So if you're really passionate about it, do it free.
I've done it for free for a lot of people. For
You tired of that now?
It's frustrating because it's my time, it's my energy. I do want to be compensated, you know, for it, but
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying, and I do it for free, and I don't mind doing it for free because I love it. That's one thing that was weird is I've had people pay me up front, go a month in, and then just ghost me, and I'm like, well, I'm already paid.
Dude, those are my
But-
favorite.
but if-
Hey,
but if
those
they
are my
quit,
favorite
those
kind of
are
customers.
the best clients.
That's
But if
how
they quit-
gyms survive. That's how gyms are making money. For
Yeah.
those people who pay the membership and never show up.
But if they quit, it gives you an opportunity to get another customer.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
don't have repeat customers. So pray they give you $2,500 and quit. What you found was a coward, no good person that was never going to make it anyways. Get the $2,500, find the next guy that
Yeah, I
you
almost
maybe
feel
can't
bad
help.
because I like to get people results, and I'm like,
Hey,
you still
man.
have 10 calls left. You want to call?
Results
Bro,
or
the
money?
thing is, you can't help everyone.
You
That's
want
the
both.
thing.
Yeah.
You're
Not
just
only
being
that-
a good guy, right? You can't help everyone. All of us, we want to help everyone too, but we can't help everyone.
Right.
Yeah, you helped him out of $2,500.
That's it.
If
That's
you're-
my issue,
But I
yeah.
think you're doing it because you really do want to help, and you will help people. You will find the right people to help.
Yeah.
He gave me a note saying that I can't control what people don't want. I can only control, I can only affect the people that want to be affected. So I feel like
Yeah.
you can apply that same message to yourself.
Dude, here's how I say it. I can only save you from drowning if you swim towards me.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. Right.